Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, former RedBull race champion lost in air accident. Robinson R66 helicopter passes the snow test. Unique B-17 joins the Collings Foundation. I'm Bree Cross. It is December 8th, 2015, and this is Airborne Unlimited. A&N regrets to confirm that RedBull Champion Race Pilot, skydiver, and airline captain Mike Mangold has perished in an accident at Apple Valley Airport in Southern California. A local witness claims that he saw Mangold's L-39 jet as, quote, flames were coming out of the end and suddenly it banked to the left and crashed, end quote. Mangold hailed from Victorville, California, and worked as an American Airlines 757-767 captain. Mangold was a highly experienced military jet fighter pilot who started his airline career when he left the military in 1989. In 1990, he started flying air shows and competition aerobatics in a super decathlon. Over the years, he had become one of the most experienced airshow pilots in numerous types of aircraft, which included his participation in the RedBull Air Race Series. He has won gold, silver, and bronze at the U.S. National Aerobatic Championship. A&N will keep you informed when more information is available about the accident. We send our prayers to his wife Julie and the rest of his family. Robinson's R66 Turbine helicopter has passed the FAA's and Transport Canada's tests to allow flight in snow conditions. The stringent test requires extended flight in weather conditions that are difficult to find, and they took place in Spray Lakes, Canada. The test was conducted during a heavy snowstorm with low visibility at freezing temperatures, conditions that have been shown to produce worst-case snow accumulation at the helicopter turbine engine intakes. The test consisted of a 100% engine ground run for 20 minutes, in-ground effect hover for 5 minutes, and 60 minutes of cruise flight. Performance was monitored using pressure instruments and a live video feed from a camera mounted near the engine air filter. Passing the test is significant as it allows Robinson to eliminate the existing limitation in the R66 Pilot's Operating Handbook, which prohibits flight in falling or blowing snow. After the break, a B-17 that saw Cold War action.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B, ATX-100, and ATX-100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
RedBird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since RedBird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated RedBird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what RedBird can do for you. Join the migration.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. The Evergreen Aviation Museum collection in Oregon recently sold their P-38 Lightning and B-17G Flying Fortress to help the museum during a restructuring and reorganization. With generous donor support, the aircraft will now be operated by the Collings Foundation. Their new B-17G will supplement their bomber tour group. This B-17, coming from the Evergreen Museum, has a story that is a bit unusual. While the history of most B-17s relates directly to World War II, this aircraft actually served in a secret spy operation long after that war ended. It appears this B-17 ended up as part of the Republic of China's Air Force based on the island of Taiwan. It's alleged that it was used in various spy missions over the People's Republic of China between 1954 and 1959. It is a veteran of an unknown number of dangerous missions over mainland China and a survivor of secret Cold War aerial combat. Every Thursday, we normally look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe, but to be honest, things kind of slow down in winter in our parts of the world. So let's visit some aero places of interest in aviation, and this week we're featuring the contributions women have made to our Aeroverse. Here is this week's Aero-Calendar. The 99s Museum of Women Pilots, located on Will Rogers International Airport in Oklahoma City, combines the fabulous museum with the headquarters of the 99s, the International Organization of Women Pilots. The museum is a safe and secure repository for a unique collection of the papers, personal items, and other historic artifacts of some of the most significant achievements and adventures of the international community of women pilots. The story this museum tells of the history of women in aviation is fascinating. A unique place to visit is the actual birthplace and childhood home of Amelia Earhart, located in Atchison, Kansas. This unique museum is actually a home overlooking the Missouri River that has been restored to immaculate condition and contains the history and memorabilia of Earhart. The home was built in 1861, and it provides a living picture into the past that allows you to gain personal insight into this famous lady of aviation. The National WASP World War II Museum, located in Sweetwater, Texas, seeks to educate and inspire all generations with the story of the WASP, formerly known as the Women Air Force Service Pilots, the first women to fly American military aircraft, women who forever changed the role of women in aviation. Pilots flying to Sweetwater can land at the famous Avenger Field, and the museum is only a short distance away. If you have a special aero place that you would like us to know about, just email to earl@aero-news.net. After these messages, the first World Air Games gold medal is awarded.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, Navcom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Donatas Pazualis from Lithuania took the first gold medal of the FAI World Air Games being held in Dubai last week. He won the F3P Indoor Aerobatics Modeling Competition at the Dubai Mall. The F3P is an ultra-lightweight indoor radio control airplane. Compass Airlines completed a collective bargaining agreement for its pilot group that increases first officer pay to $35.81 per flight hour. The amendment also gives Compass the flexibility to quickly raise first-year pay in response to market conditions. The FAA has authorized Terrafugia to operate small unmanned aircraft systems in the TFX configuration for research and development purposes. The TFX is planned to be a 4-seat, hybrid electric, semi-autonomous vertical takeoff and landing flying car. The FAA is updating its Special Airworthiness Information Bulletin regarding corrosion on the Piper Model PA-28, PA-32, PA-34, and PA-44 airplanes. This is in response to service data showing extensive corrosion on wing spars at the fuselage attach fitting. Russian aviation certification authorities have given approval to Airbus helicopters H-225. It is the first time a foreign heavy-class helicopter has been certified in Russia. This action will open the market for this helicopter to other countries using Russian certification standards. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. When the regulations changed a few years ago, requiring co-pilots on regional airlines to have a minimum of 1,500 hours flying time, it made it more difficult for the regionals to find right seat pilots. Now operators of regional airlines have proposed an initiative that would lower the experience threshold for pilots while beefing up training and supervision once they are cleared for the cockpit. A report in the Wall Street Journal says the proposal was crafted by the Regional Airline Association and still has some details to be worked out before it is formally proposed to the FAA. The association is still working on alternate experience levels for pilot candidates who would participate in training programs run by the individual airlines. RAA President Faye Malarkey-Black told the Wall Street Journal that everyone wants to see new pilots better trained and that the proponents of changing the system say they want all stakeholders to be a part of a solution that is, quote, safer because we leave nothing to chance, end quote. Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.